Is this the right telescope for you as a beginner into astronomy? Follow me in this review of the Celestron StarSense Explorer 140mm aperture, and I will guide you. We will do a full review of what's inside the box, like an unboxing video, but here it's already taken out from the box. So let's go through what's inside, what comes with the equipment, how to set it up, and later in the video I will show you a real picture taken by me through this telescope, so you know what to expect from this equipment. So follow me on this review and see what we think about this equipment. But before we start, I want to mention again, I'm not sponsored by Celestron, but I think it's important for me at least to show you equipment and accessories that I think it's good, especially for you as a beginner. There is a tons of equipment to choose from, and it's really hard to know what's best and what works good for you. I don't want you to end up with equipment that you buy and then get disappointed and let it out for sale. No, I want to be as much successful as possible and don't fall into these easy beginners traps that will let you down with your equipment. So let's start and see what comes with the Celestron StarSense Explorer 114mm aperture. So let's start with the tripod. The telescope comes with a full height tripod with extendable legs. So we start unscrewing the thumb screw, dragging the legs out, extend them fully and tighten. And as I tend to say in the videos, not too hard, not too loose. It should be just enough. The clamps are made out of plastics, and be a little bit gentle, because if you tighten too hard, it can cracks. The plastic can crack very easily, and then it's not possible to lock the legs. So tighten, but not tighten too little either, because then you can end up that one leg retracts and your telescope can fall over and land on the ground, and that's not a good thing, especially not with a mirror telescope that this is. So extend the legs fully, start with that, like that, okay, and then we set up the tripod like this, and in the middle there is like a triangle with supporting arms holding the legs, and here you should screw in the accessory tray with holes for eyepieces and accessories. So it's very easy to there is a threaded rod underneath this accessory tray, so you just screw it in to these arms like that, and make sure it's tightened as well. Yes, now it's in place, and make sure that you align the holes so there is free space for the eyepieces, so they don't tend up aligned with the arms, because then some of the holes will not be accessible to use. Okay, now we have extended the legs, put up the tripod. Make sure, again, this is one of my beginners tips, make sure that the tripod is stable, correctly tightened. Up here as well to the top plate there is thumb screws that you can tighten. Make sure they are tightened as well, so there is no wobbly feeling in the tripod. Next up is to add the optical tube, the OTA, the optical tube assembly, to the upper mount, like on here. And on the other side here, maybe if I turn it around, here you have a little knob, a thumb screw. to tighten the rotation of the upper fork like this. So this screw is for tightening or release the side movement of the upper fork. But okay, let's add the optical tube to the upper fork. So we start taking the optical tube and put it in the fork like that. Make sure it's in both sides like that. And now there is two locking screws, one for each side. So start on one side and tighten that screw so the optical tube is locked in place like that. Be careful, it's not fully supported yet, so have one hand under the optical tube and insert the other one on the other side and tighten that one as well. Okay, something like that. Yes, okay. And now on this side there is a little screw that you need to loosen, and then you have this rod that you will adjust the optical tube up and down later. So insert that one to, there is a little holder here on the side. Insert the rod like that, align it with a hole here on the side of the optical tube, and insert the screw again, not on the ground, so we insert it here, and then we need to tighten it. And with telescope there comes a little, how to say, they say screwdriver on the side of it, and it's like a small piece of sheet metal that you can use as a screwdriver to tighten this screw on the side here. This one you can tighten pretty hard so it stays there. Okay, so now we can loosen the tightening screws on the side a little bit and make sure that the tilting function is working nice and smoothly. And then we have another locking screw, a thumb screw, that is orange with a little bit smaller threadings, and this one goes and lock this rod. Okay, so now the optical tube is locked. So this works really easy. We tighten the sides again, not too hard. We still want the optical tube to be able to tilt like this. And we loosen the screw here on the side, we can tilt it, then we can lock it, and then we use this thumb screw on the rod, and this will adjust the tilt of the optical tube in smaller movements. So this one, when we unlock the thumb screw here on the side, it's for big adjustments when we align the telescope. Then we lock it, and then we can use this other thumb screw instead for small movements and small adjustments. Okay, so now it's time for the finder scope. So first of all, loosen these two nuts here on the screws that's sticking out from the optical tube. Loosen them, and then we place the holder on top of the screws like that, and we screw it back again. Take one at a time, make sure it's straight and aligned. First the first one, and then we take the second one. Okay, make sure one last time before we tighten them. Okay, so now the mounting bracket for the finder scope is attached to the optical tube. So now we can take the red point finder and slide it in to the holder that we already mounted on the telescope. And now we can still use this little metal piece to tighten the screws. It works pretty good. So, or you can use a screwdriver if you want. But then just slide on the finder scope onto the bracket. Use this screwdriver again, tighten the screws. Here we tighten again, not too hard because it's plastic, but you still want to find the scope to be in a fixed position, so it doesn't move. Okay, so now we have attached the finder scope to the telescope. Now, one important thing that I have mentioned in another video as well is also one of the beginner tips. Align your finder scope with your telescope. I will not go through it now how you do, but it's important because when you go out under the night sky, you look for an object in the finder scope, you must be able to find it in the telescope. Otherwise it will be very hard and you will be very disappointed when you can't find anything in the sky. Okay, so this was attaching the finder scope. Let's go to the next mount for the mobile phone. And this is the smart little gadget that helps you together with the StarSense app to find objects in the sky. So on the side of this mounting here, there is 2 thumb screws. Loosen them a little bit. Take the bracket for the mobile phone, and just to show you quickly how it works. So on the side here there is a little spring loaded holder that you can drag out, and this is to put down your telephone. On top here there is a protective cover, and this is over the mirror that will project the night sky for the camera on your phone and helps the StarSense app to locate where you're pointing your telescope. But protect the mirror, and when not using the telescope, make sure to use this plastic over the mirror to protect it. But again, loosen the thumb screws a little bit and just place this holder into the bracket as far as it's possible to put it down, and then you're tightening the thumb screws so it fits very perfectly into the holder and is tightly secured. Okay, something like that. So now again, tripod is assembled, accessory tray, very good to have your eyepieces. The telescope comes with a 25mm eyepiece. It comes also with a 10mm eyepiece with high magnification, and also a Barlow lens, 2x Barlow lens. I must be honest and say this Barlow lens is very plastic. It's good to use for you as a beginner, but I can tell you I would very soon, if you see that astronomy is something for you and you like this telescope, you should really consider buying a better Barlow lens, because this one is very cheap and the prestanda is not the best one, but it's a good one to start with at least. And this has there is another video with eyepieces and filters where I talk a little bit about Barlow lenses as well, but the Barlow lens will double in this time 2x the magnification of the eyepiece. There is different types. There can be Barlow lenses of 3x magnification as well, and you put it between the eyepiece holder here on the side of the telescope and your eyepiece. So these three comes with the telescope, and also a little neat accessory bag where you can have your eyepiece and your screwdriver, etc. So this is a really nice telescope, a really nice beginner telescope. There is some beginner traps to get stuck in that will make the experience not so good, I would say. And it's again the most basic fundamental things, and it has nothing especially do to this telescope type or model. it's again, make sure that the tripod is sturdy on the ground. When you are out observing and you're pointing your telescope, if the tripod suddenly slips on the ground, something changed, the alignment can be out of alignment, so you need to align the telescope again. I will not go through now the StarSense app, that will be a completely different video, but I would say the first time I used this telescope, it was very easy forward how to attach your telephone, start the StarSense app, and there is an activation code that comes with this orange little letter inside the box. And on this orange letter, you have an activation code. Use that into the StarSense app and you have full accessibility to the functionality. But it was very straightforward. You put in the telephone and just follow what it says on the screen. You need to align an object in the finder scope and then in the eyepiece, and then center the object on the screen as well. There is a cross where you center the object, and the app immediately, I chosen Jupiter, and immediately the app recognized that it was Jupiter. And then when I changed to another object, it shows me very easily how to turn the telescope on side and also then up and down to see the new object. So it was very straightforward. So it's a very good telescope for beginners, but don't fall in the trap to don't set up the tripod correctly. Make sure to align your finder scope. Again, there will be a separate video exactly on how to do on the different types of finder scopes, but do it in daylight. That's the best tips that I can give you right now for the finder scope. Go out on the day, search for an object far away, find it in the finder scope, then make sure that you see exactly the same object in the eyepiece, and make sure now that you don't use a tree that you can mix up with another tree. Take a phone mast or something like that, something special that you are 100% sure that you see that object in the finder scope and that you see exactly the right object into the eyepiece. You don't mix it up. How to align the finder scope, I refer to the manual. I will show you in a separate video, but if you look at this video now and you will set up your telescope, the manual is really good. There is a lot of online videos as well on how to do alignment of your red dot finder. Last but not least, I want to show you also the eyepiece holder. There is two thumb screws, and now there is a protective cup inside. It's very straightforward. Take your eyepiece, put it into the eyepiece holder, and now you need to loosen the thumb screws a little bit more. Something like that, and tighten them again, both of them, not very hard, just very gently, so the eyepiece is in place in the eyepiece holder. And then you are using the wheels here on the side, and this is to focus on the object. So very neat little telescope. It's easy to look into the telescope and find your objects. And now it's time to look at the moon through this telescope, and I used the Celestron XYZ adapter to clamp onto the eyepiece and to take pictures with my smartphone. And don't miss my video about the review of the XYZ adapter, how to use it and what I think about this little gadget that can help you if you want to explore astrophotography as well. So yes, to summarize now this video before it will be too long, a good starter telescope, it's good for you, especially for you that are new into astronomy, that thinks of buying your first telescope. If you are completely new into astronomy, this could be a very good telescope to start with. Don't fall into these easy beginner traps that can ruin your experience. But yeah, go for it. It's a very nice piece of equipment, very well done, very good quality, I would say. And And make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let's see you in the next video. Take care, and hope you will have really good observations under the night sky. Bye.